Welcome to Knuckle Up, your front row seat to the raw and relentless world of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Today we're going to look at the juggernaut Lorenzo Hunt, from champion to controversy. You can't really talk about bare knuckle boxing in today's day and age without mentioning the juggernaut Lorenzo Hunt. The two-division BKFC champion, and according to many, the best bare knuckle boxer in the world, Lorenzo Hunt has recently been facing some more sinister accusations. Apparently, he has been suspended for using performance-enhancing drugs in his most recent fight. So let's take a deep dive into the BKFC double champ and take a look at this story. Lorenzo Hunt's childhood was instrumental in shaping the man he is today. In a candid interview on the Off the Cuff podcast with Danny Lapourier, Hunt opened up about challenges he faced growing up, including dealing with bullies and frequent fights. As a child, Hunt wore braces and had some quirks, like thumb sucking, which coupled with his social anxiety made him an easy target for bullies. However, Hunt wasn't one to suffer in silence. He consistently stood up for himself, often landing in trouble as a result. Hunt also spoke about the strong influence of his parents, particularly his father, who encouraged him to pursue martial arts from a young age. His mother, a dedicated nurse working long hours to support the family, instilled in him the value of hard work. This upbringing in a tough environment fueled Hunt's competitive spirit, driving him to excel in everything he set his mind to do. Hunt grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, moving around the state. He talked about his time in Cleveland on the Math Hoffa show, talking about how he got into fights all the time, spending time in juvenile detention, foster homes, and even briefly in prison. Hunt was introduced to martial arts when he was a kid. He trained in karate and taekwondo, and later on even tried his hand at boxing for a while. However, due to the challenges he faced in his teenage years and early 20s, he couldn't make a career out of fighting. Things started to change for the better when Hunt moved to Florida, where he now lives. He started training in MMA and had his first fight in 2015 with a local promotion in Florida. Hunt won the fight by knockout in the second round. Overall, Hunt's career in MMA wasn't the best. So in 2018, with a record of 3 wins and 5 losses in MMA, Hunt decided to move over to the rising world of bare knuckle boxing, and this time he found the perfect match. In his first bare knuckle boxing match, Hunt faced a fighter named Sabrina Brown, and after 5 exhilarating rounds, he knocked out his opponent. This got him a call from the BKFC, who gave Hunt a fight against Reggie Pina on the BKFC 8 fight card. Hunt made his BKFC debut in style, pitting a devastating beating on his opponent, to the point that the doctor had to step in after the 3rd round and stop the fight, as Pina's face was cut at multiple spots and he had developed a huge knot on top of his right eye. After losing to Gustavo Trujillo in his next outing in the square circle, Hunt went on an impressive 4-fight win streak, beating the likes of Eric Lozano, Davian Green, Rob Moreau, Josh Dyer. All 4 of these wins came by way of knockout, making Hunt one of the most exciting BKFC fighters in the world, and putting him in a prime position to challenge for the BKFC light heavyweight title. Hunt has always had an aggressive personality, but he started to gain a lot of notoriety during the build-up of his next fight. Before his fight against Hector Lombard was announced for the inaugural BKFC light heavyweight title, he jumped into the ring after one of Lombard's fights. However, Lombard just made matters worse for everyone when he punched Hunt and started a short brawl. In the following build-up to their fight, both fighters brought out the worst in each other. And finally, when the night came, it was Hunt that came out on top, becoming the first BKFC light heavyweight champion. In his next fight, Hunt made his first title defense against Joe Riggs. Both fighters had their fair share of aggressive back and forth before the fight as well. However, once again, when it came time to pit it all out in the square circle, Hunt was the fighter to come out on top. This was a massive moment for his career. Not just becoming the first BKFC light heavyweight champion, but defending his title as well was a great achievement. However, for Hunt, it wasn't enough. In the next fight, Hunt decided to move up in weight and fight Quentin Henry for the vacant BKFC cruiserweight title. As soon as the fight started, Hunt rushed forward and hit Henry. Both fighters got into a clinch and fell to the ground, where Hunt proceeded to punch Henry while he was still grounded. Clearly a dirty shot, this understandably drew a lot of boos from the crowd and fed into Lorenzo Hunt's image as a rash and aggressive fighter. Fortunately, the fight continued, and in the second round, Hunt won by an impressive knockout. This was one of the highest moments of Hunt's career, as he had won titles not just in one division, but two, and this time he won by a devastating knockout. In his following two fights, Hunt went on to defend both of his titles and even earned the Knockout of the Year award in his light heavyweight title defense against Mike Richmond. Hunt was now ready for the biggest challenge of his career. However, little did he know, in his attempt to reach for the stars, he would fall into the deep pits of controversy. Every rise has a fall, and for Hunt that came when he moved up in weight once again to fight for a shot at the BKFC heavyweight title. Lorenzo lost that fight via TKO when his arm got injured. But that wasn't the problem. You win some and you lose some, and Hunt's willingness to move up in weight and take on a big challenge was in itself commendable. The thing that really put a shadow on Hunt's legacy is the failed drug test that came out after the fight. Not only did he lose the fight, he had done so while apparently being on PEDs. According to the California State Athletic Commission, Hunt tested positive for epitrimbolone, a metabolite of the anabolic steroid trenbolone, as well as elevated testosterone levels, both of which indicated the use of steroids. As a result, Hunt received a massive suspension of 18 months, along with a hefty $40,000 fine. He also had to pay $500 for the drug test and will have to provide the commission with 6 negative full WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency, panel drug tests at his own expense before he can be cleared to fight in the state of California again. Of course, Hunt denied using any steroids. In an Instagram post, he said, "In regards to the latest scandal, you clowns have cooked up in order to defame my hard work and integrity." Hunt wrote, "I am a clean fighter and always have been. My discipline, my heart, and my work ethic got me here, and this garbage will all be sorted out." End quote. Other than that, Hunt didn't give any explanation for how the substances got into his system. To be honest, the evidence is too clear for it to have been a mistake. In fact, according to the anti-doping test results, Hunt's testosterone to epitestosterone level was 172 to 1, which is massive compared to the maximum of 4 to 1 in normal athletes. Moreover, Hunt's motive to use these PEDs also makes sense. He probably got injured during his camp and had to take PEDs to train and make the fight. Regardless, whatever his reason may have been, not saying that was it, he has tarnished all of his hard work in the sport with this massive mistake. Looking into the future, it's hard to say whether Hunt's career as a bare-knuckle boxer will ever be as good as it was before the suspension. I mean, Hunt is 41 years of age, and he will be 43 by the time the suspension is over. We all know that in the world of combat sport, Father Time is the only one to be truly undefeated. What I find interesting is the duality of Lorenzo Hunt's personality. From his interviews, it is quite clear that Hunt has a way of separating his two alter egos. One of the caring and loving father and family man who likes to be kind, and the other of the juggernaut who is ready to throw down and claim heads. Lorenzo Hunt is a devoted family man and a passionate advocate for raising awareness about mental health in combat sports. In his interview with Danny Lapourier on the Off the Cuff podcast, he openly spoke about how he deals with mental health problems and how bad mental health can be extremely dangerous for fighters. Additionally, Hunt also champions the National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide. He donates to the cause and has a forum on his website where people can talk to each other and send him messages if they need to talk about such problems. Additionally, Hunt also has a boxing gym that supports vets. Overall, Lorenzo Hunt seems like a solid stand-up guy who has a bad beast inside of him, a beast that he has appropriately named the Juggernaut. When it's time to fight, he lets the beast out, but when it's time to be a father and human, he can turn the darkness off as well. However, with the recent controversies regarding his use of performance-enhancing drugs, his entire legacy is put to question. Did he ever cheat before? Was all his success the result of PEDs? Or did he truly reach the top of his sport through hard work and resilience like he claims? Whatever the truth may be, no one can deny that Lorenzo Hunt will always be known as one of the best fighters to step into the BKFC square circle. Well, thanks for watching Knuckle Up. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an update from the toughest sport on the planet.